Hello and welcome to part 8 of building Jabba's sail barge. I've brought along Kane and Jarrus with me today, and this is the final part of constructing the sail barge. We'll get it completed today. So I'm going to come to our path creator here first, and remember on part 1 we set our speed to 300. That's the maximum speed for the path creator, but we want it to be lightning quick when it disappears. So we're going to come down to path point options, and the speed modifier, it defaults to 100, so I've set it to 1000. That's the highest that will go. And then down in Spark mode here, we'll go down to the bottom of the path to our path point, and we'll go to its properties, and we'll also adjust its speed modifier from 100 up to 1000. So now when we test this out, you'll see the speed of it is much faster. It disappears and comes back. I think this is my favorite part of this entire creation, is the ability to play Wreck-It Ralph and Fix-It Felix as many times as you like, over and over again. Alright, so that'll be much better for when we blow it up. So I have a couple of replayers here. At the very end I have a clip where we're going to add a third replayer. So if you want to do that now, add in your third replayer. And on all three of these we're going to set the properties. We're just going to reduce this playback interval to 0. Probably not a big deal, but learned this little technique from Professor Toybox. And like I said, if you want to add in a third one, do that now. You can make the basic connection, then we'll do the set up the replayer at the end of this video. Have a level starter, and the properties here, the defaults are good, and the level starter will be used to put in the additional items here when the level starts. So new logic connection on catalyze. We're going to hook up to our replayers. We're going to do a playback. And like I said, if you've already follow my suggestion, put in the third replayer, do this 3 times. Do a catalyze playback for all 3 of them. That will put those 3 items in when the level loads. That will be the railings, the ADAT cannons, and the ledge climb. Going to need a couple of logic gates here as our control mechanism. So the first one is going to remove those replayer items when the sail barge is destroyed and disappears, and the second one will be for our reset when we want to replay. So with this logic gate, new logic connection on output, we're going to hook it up to these, and we're going to do a clear because we want to remove the replayer items. So I'm doing this twice. If you've put in your third one, do this 3 times. New logic connection on output, and do a clear. Alright, this is our button that makes the ship disappear. So just temporary connection here. We'll do an input to this logic gate to clear those replayers. Now this will be our reset logic gate. So on output we're going to do a playback so that when we reset to play the game again, the replayer items will reappear. So do this 3 times if you've already added in your third replayer. And now our reset button, we'll hook that up to that logic gate. New logic connection when pressed, we'll do an input to that as well. Alright. So I'm going to come to this first one. I'm going to step on it. I'm going to push A on my Xbox One controller to start the recording. And I've already got my drawer open to here to building sets group 2, and I've scrolled over to the city railing corners. I'm going to put 2 of them up here on the stern, on the upper deck of the stern. Just having a little bit of controller glitch there. There we go, side by side. And then we'll come to this front corner and we'll drop another one of these down. And we'll add a short city railing next to it. 2 more here across the middle of the bow. Another corner, another short rail. Another corner here on this edge. And we can go ahead and grab the long city railing. We'll put one and then two short rails next to it. Back to the long, that fits in perfect there. Spin it around, that'll fit on the other side. And we'll go 3 across. And we'll need to add one more short rail and a corner rail. And that takes care of that. So the railings will now be recorded, are now being recorded and will be placed and removed by the replayer. So now go back and step on your replayer. And I'm going to hit A again to stop the recording. Alright, so there they are. Alright, now I'm going to step on this replayer. Again, I'm going to hit A to start the recording. And now I've scrolled to Gameplay Toys, a little bit of video editing here, to the AT-AT cannon. So here I'm just playing around with how I want it to be. I decided to face it this way. You face it however you like. Also, place as many of these as you want. I decided to go with 2. You may want more. Build it the way you like to build it. And I ended up putting this one like that. So I have 2 AT-AT cannons. One on the bow, one on the stern. Alright, we'll have to come back and step on our replayer. And I'm going to hit A again to stop the recording. Alright, we'll jump on up, take a look, give it a test. There's our railings. Our cannon works well. Now, I've used my test buttons multiple times, probably hundreds of times, and I have not had any problems with my replayers, no misbehaviors. That might change as the level grows and we use up more and more memory, particularly if we get up close to the red. Replayers do tend to be glitchy and not the most reliable creativity toy, but that's just something we'll have to learn and deal with as we're going along. If you ever watched any Professor Toybox's videos with the replayers, he knows all about some of the limitations and glitches that the replayer can have. But so far, I haven't had any glitches. It's all worked well. So let's go ahead and give it another test here. Wreck-It Ralph. Everything disappeared and went away. And Fix-It Felix. There we go. Notice the replayer takes a little bit of additional time. Not a big deal for resetting the sail barge, and whatever lag there is in the components disappearing, that's going to be well covered by our explosion effects. If you've seen my preview video, you'll notice that. Alright, now that I've tested the replayers by making everything disappear and reappear, we'll just come back here and take another test and show that right now, at least for now, the logic's working correctly. Fun to do anyway. Alright, just going to take a little spark tour here of how our sail barge is shaping up. So only one more step for the build, and that's going to be my final clip. We're going to add the ledge climb here to the back of the sail barge. First, we're going to add in a friend generator and a locator. This will be for Jabba. So go ahead and do a new spin this around first. I want the blue dot facing forward, like towards the bow of the sail barge. That will have Jabba sitting the proper direction when he spawns. So do a new locator connection and hook it up to our friend generator from our level starter. We'll do a catalyze, rise against the Empire. And we'll put in select Jabba the Hutt so that he also spawns when the level loads. Now on our logic gate that makes everything disappear when we destroy it. We'll do new logic connection on output. Come back over to our friend generator, and we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and we're going to say remove all. That'll get rid of them. And on our reset logic gate, logic connection on output, we'll come back to our friend generator, rise against the Empire, and once again we'll select Jabba the Hutt, so he reappears when we reset our game. Now we can put our locator into position here on the lower deck towards the stern of the sail barge. Kind of want it even, somewhere about even or close to even with those back openings. Place it there. Can't really tell where you got it. Go ahead, just jump up on a board and go into wand mode like I'm doing, and you can see where it is. So I have it right there on that seam. Where the way his dace will sit, he'll be kind of centered on those openings. So that looks good right there with the blue dot facing towards the bow, facing forward. Alright. Now he's not there now because I didn't reload the level. If we go ahead and hit our button here, everything will disappear. You can see there's his locator for Jabba. Now when I hit the reset button here, everything should reappear as well as Jabba should spawn. And there he is. Strike one. Strike two. Oh boy. I hope I got it the third time. There we go. No strikeouts today. So there he is. Jabba's in his place. No way to defeat him, but like I said, he'll do the honorable thing for the first time in his worm-ridden life, and he's going to go down with his ship. Now we hit the hit our kill switch here. He disappears along with the ship. Hit our reset button, and he's back. Alright, we're progressing right along. Now we're to the last step. So I'm back at the desert skiff here. So I've added in these ledge climbs here as well to help the players who lack super jump or flying abilities or force jump like Jedi do. They may not have the ability to jump high enough. So I have a double with a single here. No replayers because this is a static design for this skiff. So I just placed them on the side there. And we're going to do the same thing here on the stern of our ship. So I've now added a third replayer. So that first replayer there is connected to the level starter for the railings. The second one is for the AT-AT cannons. And now our third one. Now you may have already followed my suggestion and made these connections, but I'm going through it now. Property set to 0. And we'll make our level starter connection here. So on catalyze, we're going to do a playback. And on our logic gate that kills or defeats the ship, we're going to do on output, we're going to clear this replayer. And on our reset logic gate, we will do a playback again. So on output, we want to put the ledge climb back, so playback. Alright, come out of spark mode and go step on it. Again, I'm going to press A to start my recording. And we'll find the ledge climbs under, the ledge hangs under the platforming toys. So I want to place it there with that opening. Right there up against the bottom edge. See how that fits in there. So that's the double. And then I'm going to put a single right below it. So now characters that lack the high jump abilities can get back up to the onboard if they get knocked out or fall off. Hit A again to stop the recording. And now we have the ability to climb up just like we did for the desert skiff. Alright, let's give it a test. You can wreck it, Ralph. And we can fix it, Felix. So everything seems to be working well. Try it one more time, just because it's fun to do. It is fun to do, particularly when we get the explosions in. Still need to work on the debris field. I'll start working on that after I get the next video out, which will be the part 9, will be the special effects for the explosions and blowing up the sail barge. So I think it's turning out nicely. This completes the build exercise. For those that are following me, I hope in constructing your own, I hope your builds are also going well. Once again, as always, thanks for joining me, and have a great day.